Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sade. Thank you so much for joining me for our yoga flow. And for today's flow, we are working on split. Now, nothing to fear if you do not have your full split for this video. This is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to start to get your lower half of your body more open so that if you are working on getting into your full split, or if you just want to work on stretches that can help to lead to a split at some point, this can be the great video for you to watch. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. I would definitely say grab some blocks, definitely grab some blocks or books, any type of props that you might have to help you lift your body up in certain shapes that we will be using for our split class today. But let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do 2 sun salutations just to warm up our body. And then we're going to get right into the lower half of our body, working on our hips, lower back, and each part of our hip. So the inner thigh, the outer hip, as well as the glutes to lead us right into our splits. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and stand at the top of our mat. Take a moment, really feel your feet root you down into the ground. Soften your shoulders down your back. Maybe flip your palms to face forward. And just take a full breath here. Deep, deep inhale through your nose. And through the mouth, let it go. All right, inhale, sweep and extend your arms all the way out and up. Grow tall. And then from here, come into a back bend. Reach your arms up and back. Open up the heart space, taking your time. Feel free to maybe rock from side to side a little bit. And then exhale, forward fold. Let it all go. Release the spine. Take a deep inhale, half lift to lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold, step it back. Go into any chaturanga of your choice. And this is just to help us warm up our body, warm up the spine before we move right into our splits sequence. So in your down dog, go ahead, take a breath. Deep, deep inhale through your nose. And through the mouth, let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend your knees, arch your spine, look forward. This time, step or hop towards the front. Come right back into your forward fold. Keep a bend in both knees. Start to roll all the way up, unraveling your spine. Sweep your arms out and up as you arrive. Take a full breath. Come right back into your back bend. Reach your arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga. Taking that full and deep inhale, upward facing or cobra. And then exhale, hips high, down dog. Take a reset breath. Inhale through your nose. Through the mouth, let it go. One more, just like that. Inhale, bend your knees, arch your spine, look forward. Step or hop towards the front, come right into your forward fold. Keep that bend in your knees, start to roll all the way up, adding a bit more momentum. Sweep your arms out and up, take a full breath. Come right back into your back bend, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Taking that full and deep inhale, upward facing or cobra. And then exhale, hips high, down dog. Let's take a breath, everyone. Deep inhale through your nose. And through the mouth, let it go. Now from down dog, sweep and extend your right leg up and back. Take a moment to roll out your ankles, scrunch your toes a little bit. And then start to open up your hips. Bend your right knee over your left side. Now take some time here. Really lubricate your hip joint. Feel free to roll your knee around clockwise, counterclockwise. Really massaging your right hip joint. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale, 3-leg dog. Re-extend your right leg up and back. And then step your right foot through in between your palms. You're right in your low lunge. Now from here, everyone, gently drop your back knee, untuck your toes. Now place your palms, interlace your fingers, and then place both palms on your right thigh. We're gonna start to open up our front left hip flexor. Option if you have your blocks, place your blocks on opposite sides of you. So starting off, interlace your fingers, place your palms on your right thigh. Gently start to shift your hips forward and down. Now, believe it or not, for your splits, When you're working on the back leg, it's your hip flexor that's going to allow your leg to straighten in the back. So gently start to shift your hips forward. Breathe into your front left hip flexor here. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths so we can really open up our body. Feel free here, if you want something a little bit deeper, maybe you start to press your palms into your blocks by your side, bend your elbows, shift your hips slightly more forward. Now, if anyone wants something deeper than that, place your hands by your lower back and then push your hips forward. That's going to add a lot more intensity. But really take your time here. Notice what your body needs for this shape. Let's take another breath here, everyone. Deep, deep inhale through your nose. Breathe into your front left hip flexor. And then exhale. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, drop both palms down on the inside of your right foot. And then we're going to come into our lizard stretch. Now this is going to help to stretch our hips, both our left and our right side. So maybe you stay right here on your forearms or on your palms, or you can lower down onto your forearms if you want something deeper. And this is still stretching the front left hip flexor, but you're going to also start to feel this stretch right in your right hip as well. And this is helping to start to warm up our right hamstring. We will be working on our hamstrings as well. And take a few more breaths here in your lizard, everyone. Your right toes can face forward, or you can place them on a slight diagonal if that feels more comfortable in your body. And really take your time here. Whenever we're stretching our muscles, we want to have a lot of ease and compassion and some softness for our body. Let's take a full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back up onto your wrist if you lower down. Now let's send this right into our right hamstring. Start to shift your hips back. Place your right foot in between both palms. We come into our half split. Now this is a really great shape for blocks. Feel free to walk your blocks forward. Focus on lengthening your spine over your right leg. I mentioned this a lot in my yoga videos, but when you lengthen your spine over your leg, it's going to help to pull and open up the hamstring a little bit further. Or stretch, I should say. Never want to say pull the hamstring. Now, if you do feel your hamstrings are pulling, add a slight bend to your right knee. That's going to protect your hamstring as you continue to open up your back body. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. If your left knee is starting to feel a little uncomfortable, see if you can place a cushion underneath. And let's take a breath here, everyone. Full and deep inhale. Breathe into your right hamstring. And then soften on your exhale. Again, just like that, deep, deep inhale. And exhale. Now from here, start to re-bend your right knee. And we're going to move into our half pigeon. So we're going to release your right shin down as well as your right knee in between both palms. And then start to extend your left leg back behind you. Now, if this feels too much on anyone's knee, feel free to come into figure 4 on your back. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Pull your knee in towards your chest. That's going to give you that hip opener as well. Now, as you lean into your half pigeon, maybe you start to release your upper body over your right leg. And just try to square your chest and hips forward. Notice if you're sitting on the side of your right hip. See if you can go on top of your left knee and then dial your right hip back, left hip forward. We'll be here for a few breaths. This helps to open out our hips as well as our glutes and side hip, and even warming up the hamstring a little bit further. And just start to breathe into what you are feeling through your body. Deep, deep inhale. And exhale. And we'll take one more breath here. Full inhale. And exhale. And start to come all the way back up onto your wrists. Square your chest and hips forward. And then go ahead, tuck your left toes under. Step your right foot back. Come right into your down dog. Drop your head in between your palms. Feel free to bend one knee, both knees. Release any tension. And then take a full breath. Inhale. And through the mouth, let it go. Left side sweep and extend your left leg up and back. Take a moment to roll out your ankles, scrunch your toes. Now when you're ready, open up your hips, bend your left knee over your right side. Now start to lubricate your left hip joint, roll your knee around clockwise, counterclockwise, really loosening up your hips before we stretch them. Take a breath, inhale, breathe into what you feel. And exhale. 3-leg dog, re-extend your left leg back. And let's come back into our low lunge. Step your left foot through in between your palms. Now from here, gently drop your back knee, untuck your toes. Interlace your fingers, place your palms on your thigh. Now you have that option to place your blocks right on opposite sides of you. From here, start to shift your hips forward and down. Now we're stretching our front right hip flexor. Really press your left foot down as you shift your hips forward. Maybe you come into a slight back bend if that feels good. That's going to deepen this stretch. Option to then go ahead, place your palms on your blocks, bend your elbows, shift your hips even further forward. Now, once you've found that sweet spot for yourself, just breathe into what you feel here. We're going to be here for a few more breaths, everyone. Notice where you might start to hold on to some tension, release any tension in your fingers, your toes. And then take a full breath, deep, deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly release both palms down. Let's come into our lizard stretch. So shift your hips forward, but this time you have that option to go even deeper. Lower down onto your blocks or lower down onto your forearms if that feels good. And remember, your left toes can either face forward or maybe you prop them towards the side. And take a full breath. Inhale. And exhale. And take one more just like that, everyone. Deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back up onto your wrists. And let's make our way into our half split. So shift your hips back as you lengthen your left leg. Peel your toes up towards the ceiling. Now go ahead, walk your fingertips forward. Really focus on lengthening your spine here as you breathe into your left hamstring. Deep inhale. And soften on your exhale. And take a few more just like that, everyone. Feel free to roll your ankle around a little bit, getting into different spaces on the left side. And we'll take one more inhale and exhale. From here, start to re-bend your left knee. We move into our half pigeon. Drop your left knee and shin down in between both palms. And then start to extend and lengthen your right leg back behind you. Now, when you're ready, option to release down onto your forearms, drop your head on a block, a bolster. And then you also have that option for figure four as well. And just breathe into your left hip. Notice the sensations arriving. Deep inhale. And exhale. Again, just like that, everyone. Full breath. Inhale. And exhale. And taking your time when you are ready. Like to come all the way back up onto your wrist if you lower it down. Tuck your back toes under, step your left foot back, and come right into your down dog. Pedal out your heels, maybe rock your hips from side to side, releasing any tension. And then from here, you're gonna bend your knees, arch your spine, walk your feet all the way towards the top of your mat. Come into your forward fold. And we're going to stretch the back of our body a little bit further. So in your forward fold, bend your knees, grab onto the backs of your heels, and just start to pull the crown of your head forward and down. Feel that opening in your lower back, your glutes, your hamstring. And just continue to pull your chest down, keeping that bend in your knees as much as you can, but really stretching your back body. Feel free to bend one knee at a time to give a deeper stretch to the back body. And take a full breath. Inhale. And flutter your lips on the exhale. Beautiful, everyone. Now from here, bend both of your knees, plant your palms down, step your feet back. We're right back in down dog. Let's start the process of our splits. So from here, release down into a tabletop position. Have your blocks close by. Step your right foot through in between your palms. Hold. Now from here, you're going to tuck your back toes. Start to extend your left leg back. Keep the back toes tucked though. Now from here, grab onto your blocks. Place your blocks on opposite sides of your body. Palms press into your blocks to keep your upper body lifted. You're going to start to slowly straighten your right leg. Now you want to go ahead and flex your right foot. So dig your heel into the ground as you start to straighten your right leg. Now, as you straighten your right leg, then you're going to straighten your back leg. So you straighten your right leg an inch, then you tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg an inch. Feel free to lower your blocks down to a lower height. That feels better. And you want to keep your chest above your hips here for your split. No matter if you're in your full split or if you're in a half split, if your right knee is completely bent, keep your chest over your hips because you're focusing on opening the lower body. Now notice where your right leg is. You don't want to pull your hamstring too much. So feel free to keep a slight bend in your right knee as you continue to straighten. Really nice, everyone. Take a breath wherever you are. We're here for 2 more breaths. Deep inhale and exhale. One more, just like that. Full breath. Inhale and exhale. Nice, everyone. Slowly release by sitting on your right hip. Swivel your legs forward. Feel free to shake anything out. Prop your blocks up, back on your side. Maybe you bring them to a higher height. And let's go ahead and come back into tabletop. We'll move into our left side. So the thing about splits is you really want to take your time with that front hamstring. You want to always protect your body. Step your left foot forward. Tuck your back toes. Start to extend your right leg back. Prop your hands up onto your blocks. Now dig your left heel into the ground as you start to straighten your left leg. Keeping in mind, your right side and your left side are 2 completely different sides. So what might work on one side might feel a little different on the other, and that's okay. Now continue to straighten your left leg as you straighten your back leg. Yeah, my left side is a lot more open than the right for now. And then make sure your chest is over your hips here. Even if you get to lower down onto your knuckles, still keep your upper body on top of your hips. A lot of times people try to go like this, and that forces your hamstring to open further than it would like to. Let's stay here for a breath, everyone. Full and deep inhale. And exhale. One more, just like that. Deep breath. Inhale, breathe through your body. And exhale. Start to release down onto your left hip. Remove your blocks if they're in the way. Swivel your legs forward. And just take a moment, everyone. Really beautiful work. Take a moment to release down onto your back. Scoop your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you roll your knees around clockwise, counterclockwise, loosening up the hips even further. Now, if you work on this sequence daily, or even if you work on this sequence weekly, you'll be very surprised of how far you will get in your splits journey. It is a journey, not a destination. So take your time with your body. Let's come into our happy baby. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees in towards your armpits. And just take a moment here. Rock from side to side. Maybe you straighten one leg or both legs. That's going to further open up the hamstring. And take a deep breath, everyone. Full and deep inhale. And exhale. Let's take a moment of rest, really allowing your body to receive the benefits of your practice today. Legs can be straight, knees can be bent, hands can go wherever they feel supportive. And just take a breath here, everyone. Giving yourself a moment of stillness, a moment of rest. Thanking your body, receiving your practice. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you here to rest for a few more breaths. Thank you so much for joining for our splits class, and I can't wait to see you for our next class.